Hi, it's Sadie, and I'm here to show you 2 ways to make spaghetti straps, perfect for all of your summer tank tops and dresses, and it's really easy. So the first thing you're gonna do, following your pattern, whatever instructions you're using, you'll have the fabric strip cut for your strap. The first way I'm gonna show you is this string method way, which makes it really easy to turn it to the right side. So with your fabric strap, you're gonna take your string. It needs to be longer than the strap that you're making. And I'm going to take it over to my machine. I'm going to tack it down, and then I'm going to fold the strap right sides together, and I'm going to stitch across the string again and then down the long side. So I'm gonna fudge my string a little bit towards the center of my tube, just at the top, just so I'm really confident that I'm catching it with my stitches. And I may even do a little reverse stitch just to make sure. And then I'm going to just leave my needle down and pivot and stitch down the long side of the tube. Now, the seam allowance is really where that's going to determine the width of the spaghetti strap at the end. So I'm gonna try to stitch in the center of this tube so I have kind of like a 1/4 to a 3/8 inch wide spaghetti strap, but you can even get closer if you want to. The closer you get, it does get a little bit more tricky to turn it. And so the next technique I'm gonna show you will kind of relieve that problem. So I'm just stitching all the way down to the bottom. And there's really no need to back tack at the end. So once I've stitched this down, I'm going to trim that extra seam allowance, and I'm just gonna quickly use my rotary. It's kind of the easiest way to do that. And this is just to remove the bulk for when I'm turning it to the right side, just like so. So once you've done that, you're going to pull the string from the end and working carefully on the other, gently pull the tube. There we go. So once you've pulled it all the way through, you're going to snip the string and then also snip the other end where the string was, and you have a spaghetti strap. The second method is using a loop turner. This is a loop turner or a latch hook, and a tube. And this is a soap dispenser tube that I just had in my house. I washed it out, and it's the perfect size to fit the end of this latch hook through it, and that's kind of the trick. So you can get as small as you want, which will determine the size of your spaghetti strap, but it has to fit the loop turner end. With your soap dispenser tube or whatever tube you're using, to determine your seam allowance, you're going to wrap the tube, and then I just simply put a pin kind of snug up against the tube and in my fabric. And that's going to show me how much seam allowance I have. So when I remove that, this is where I'm going to be stitching down my tube. Just like I did in the previous method, once I have that tube stitched, I'm going to trim that seam allowance. Oops. And this doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, you can see it's not. It's just to get the bulk, remove it so that we're not trying to pull all of that fabric through the tube. So once you've trimmed it, you're going to stick your tube inside the spaghetti strap, and you want it to be kind of snug, and you're gonna move it all the way up through the tube. And then you do want to leave, I'm gonna pull back out like about 1/2 inch of fabric from the top of the tube, and I'm going to use my little snips, and I'm going to make a little hole just at the top, right there. And then that is going to be the little catch that my loop turner is going to catch on. So now I insert the loop turner, and I want the little lever part of it to come through. Okay, so if you could see, it's now going to catch that top of the tube, and I'm going to pull it through my plastic tube to create my spaghetti strap. So that is 2 techniques for making spaghetti straps for all your summer outfits. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.